Hello again. Welcome. This is What the Stories Say with Dr. Pauline Baird, your cultural bearer from the village of Buxton, Guyana, telling the stories of her village, and I'm sharing our family traditions, our whispered stories, our practiced, hidden, long lost, and sometimes forgotten traditions. What the stories say, loud dark story. Well, this story not come from me village, but this story could happen in my village too. So let me talk the thing. Pull up. They get this girl named Gina, right? Gina was a good and promising girl. Gina could study hard. She could play hard and everybody liked her. But let me tell you something. Don't get too much bad side. She can fight you too, you know. Yeah, she can fight. She been very ruction. She had plenty brothers and sisters. So, and she was like, towards the end. So she rough house with them boys. They get nothing over she. And she was a church girl, more importantly. Her mother and some other ladies form a church, and the children from those families were, grow up like brothers and sisters. So they would hang out and thing. Now, when Gina would come home from school, she'd do her housework, she'd do her school work, and then she would hang about the place, the yard, and so with the friends. But the mother never was too worried about her. She gone off some way, in the neighborhood, we just stray around, you stray. She go catch fish, run about playing marbles, and so on. But Gina had already passed common entrance and gone to secondary school. She was in second form or so. But at that time, sometimes boy like you, and you see boy and like boy. Well, they had a boy from the church who they kind of like she. And Gina, they kind of like back the boy. But they are, family friends. So it wasn't like a big deal. She didn't think too much about it, but she liked the boy. But the only trouble was this boy, the older than she. She was in second form and the boy was in fifth form. That one big gap, was about 3 years or so. So Gina did take punch a little hot self, a little fast self, and going for meet the boy. In Guyana, they say when you see 6 o'clock B song, you're supposed to day home. You see when 6 o'clock be sung, Gina day home. But then she walk out and wander off and meet this boy at the bush corner. Yes, they had a main road that people used to use at the main thoroughfare. Up and down they walking. But Gina and this boy now go there. They might go up on another road where plenty people don't pass. And it get like a lot of bush along the way. But it's still safe. So she would go with this boy at the road corner. She that dry in circle, the boy talking to she. I tell y'all the word in Guyana for boy talking to girl at the road corner is called sooring. So he's sooring she. That means talking sweet words and so that they're courting. So they're there at the corner, they're talking wherever they're talking long. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. This girl like a limit, She done got no limit. She not hear what she mama say. When you see dresser fall down, Magadaga climb up. When dresser fall down, Magadaga climb up. If you left yourself loose, you know what will happen. But Gina not think about that. So Gina talking to the boy. Let me tell you something. Gina never no say. The place where she attacked to this boy was full view of a pedophile, a rapist, a murderer, a lot 12 occupant that come out. Lot 12 is the address of the Camp Street jail in Guyana, the big jail in Guyana, in the city. Lot 12. Let me say this man be named John Ignatius. John Ignatius been committed a slew of crimes. Every one of them he was committed for. He killed people, he ignorant. John Ignatius live across the river where you can get full view of this goings on at this street where you see Gina go and hang out with this boy. He there watch the going ons. Every day he see she go to go talk to this boy. Well, when a pedophile watch you, or what you think I go on, So, Gina don't know what to do because she knows that this man watch she. But in hindsight, she get to find out this man been watching. Well, perpendicular to the road where she used to go and stand up with this bike, close and attack and so, they had a track. I know if you answer what a track, when you go in Guyana jungle, they get track. It's not really a good road. We used to call it lot. Let me call it a lot, a shortcut. where you're walking through, but this thing overgrown with bushes. And Guyana got plenty of snakes, big snake, labaria, python, camudi, all kind of thing. And this is a riverside. So I show camudi the other day. So Gina, and people know that to walk through this track because it's a little dangerous. You don't want to walk through there. You know, even grown man who bad don't even want to walk through there. So Gina talking to the boy, and she facing this track that nobody just come through. All of a sudden, Gina hear one rush before she can catch herself. She mama fly out of the track like a ninja. Like if Jesus Christ appear in front of she. Gina freeze. She said, oh Lord, me dead. Me dead. Because Guyanese mother, let me tell you something. When the man want you for talk to buy, they can beat. They can cuss. They can really embarrass you. And Gina know the mother she had. She ain't know where she mother come from. She mother get her and she head tie like so. They said Gina mother named Millicent. Millicent head tie there and so. And she appear like a ninja so. Now, Millicent is a woman like for tie she head proper. Before she leave the house, she got to tie up she hair nice so that Nigel don't get she hair. She don't want Nigel on she head. And then she got to take up she little cloth and cover she neck when she go out. So, because she don't want Nigel catch she throat. Because she don't get to sing good in church. She tie up herself. So this time, Gina mama not even tie she head properly. She get she head cast the thing that's so sideways and she. You know, the woman aggravated. And the woman fly out of there. She jump behind the bike quick time. Because you know, Gina now prepares herself for the attack. Because she mama doesn't make joke. She waiting for the slaps and the blows, you know. The mother come out the bike stunned. She dash behind the bike. The mother watch she watching the mother. The mother heave. Then the mother address the bike. The mother daughter she till now. The mother say, why you don't leave my daughter alone? Why don't you leave my child alone? And shock of all shocks, the boy stand up in front of your mother and talk back. Well, people in Guyana, well, boy go talk back to your mother. Oh, what you think will happen? He not lost some teeth? He go lose some teeth. But this boy took a humble posture and he talked back. And he said, Mom, I love your daughter. Ay, ay, ay. Little boy go tell girl mama but he love the daughter. You need even buy bread. You need even walk no way. You not even know for provide. You tell him but you like people daughter? At that way he tells you, Mom, very humble, I love your daughter. The mother didn't miss a beat. She said, if you love my daughter, let her grow. Let her grow. Gina in that moment saw her mother differently. She saw her mother ask a rhetorical question, but this guy answered the question, and she saw her mother didn't skip a beat, but she requested something of the boy. For the first time, she realized how much her mother wanted and expected of her, that she would go so far, not to beat her up, but to handle the situation in such a way to ask the boy a favor, to let her daughter grow. In that moment, Gina realized that growing is what she should be doing, not stand up a corner with boy. That pedophilia, Ignatius John, can see and go and tell your mama. Imagine the criminal saw that she had potential and she can grow. The criminal saw that she had potential and the criminal went and reported. In that moment, we think that maybe the criminal had a come to Jesus moment. That when he sees she, Jesus take you over and go and tell your mother. And the mother talked to him. She doesn't remember what happened that moonlight night beyond that conversation. How she walked home with her mother, but she went home. And she said for the first time she thought, my mother really loved me. And her mother articulated what she wanted out of her, for her to grow. Her business was to grow. And she took it to heart. She said from that day on, she walked taller. She walked with more confidence that her mother had goals for her, and growth was what it was. And she became a different child because, as Oprah Winfrey said, the conversations we have in front of our children, when they overhear us, they determine the trajectory of their lives. She overheard what her mother said to the boy, who was just a teenager, who perhaps was up to no good. Because, yeah, teenagers boy love, and they will love and make love, and then they make love and they multiply, you know? But that wasn't her thing. Gina became upper grade student, 4th form and 5th form. And she said by the time she got to 4th form, she was invited out to a party. And it was the first time she was going to go to a party dressed up. And she didn't have a dress, but her older sister lent her a dress. And she borrowed the dress to put it on. And her mother took her face and put the face powder and powder up really nice and fix her hair, press her hair and make it nice. And she could see her mother had pride in her. She was sending her out to the party for the first time, and she was giving her permission to go. She went to the party, and when she got there, it was a Christian boys' house. And there were other Christian boys and girls there, or teenagers. And she said somewhere along the line, the wild music started, you know, the bump and grind, and the bubble up music start for bump and grind started to play. And she said, this is a Christian boy and Christian stuff. What kind of bump and grind music is this? Well, she was more interested in talking to her girlfriend. So they started talking, and they left the party. They went outside because it was too loud. They got to talking, and they walked around. Eventually, she found herself at the boat landing. And at the boat landing, she has to take the boat to go over the river to go home. She just found herself on automatic. So she went over the river and went home. When she got home, and what they say, come back so soon? She said, yeah, the place is not for me. I'm not about that. And mother said, what happened? And she started telling mother about the bump and grind music. She said for the first time she saw the contentment and pride in her mother's eyes and her face, because she said her mother realized that that was how she could trust her. She trusted her to do things for herself. Oh, and welcome. What does Sori say? And Dr. Pauline there. Yes, her mother realized, she said, I could send you out now, because she had given her daughter permission to grow. Sometimes we have to speak into the lives of boys and girls and young men and young women. When they see a Binnie and a Bannah stand up at the roadside, sometimes it's our business to say, you know, to sanction, because back in the day, they sanctioned boys and girls and say, you know, don't stand up at the road corner and talk to buy, bring home the buy and things like that. And it is required that we do more than just tell boys and girls don't talk to one another and don't sue and whatever. We have to give them tools. We have to give them tools, because when they like each other, they need to understand how to express love in ways that are beneficial to them. The children are treasures, and young people are treasures, and let's see what we can do for them. Even if we don't know what to say, maybe you can share this video and learn from her. Today, Gina is a PhD, and she loves her life, and she owes a debt of gratitude to her mom. You know, her mom's birthday is on the same day as my mom's death anniversary. So we were talking about moms and what moms know and how they raised us. How did your mom raise you so that you get so big? Let's talk this thing and share this video with anyone you can share it with. Remember, my books are on Amazon. If you'd like to buy them, please do. They make good Christmas presents. I talk about culture. My newest book, Encounters, is out. Dave and the Lime Tree has some hiccups, but it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. I'm working through those. And for those in the Caribbean who want a new outfit for, you know, you can look nice on Zoom too. Check out Dara Handmade on Facebook and Instagram, and she's got you covered. Yeah, walk good.